Hello guys, welcome back. Well, today I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna make this tutorial for you guys. So we're gonna end it up with this image. So yeah, take a good look and let's begin. So first of all, I'm gonna open my first image. That is gonna be this background. I'm gonna get this rectangular marquee tool to select the area I want. So I'm gonna grab this from here to something like this. Then I'm gonna go to the crop tool. So just click the crop tool and hit enter. So that's our selection. So next I'm gonna duplicate this image by pressing Ctrl J. I'm gonna go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm gonna blur it with 8 pixels. Yeah, with 8 pixels. So click OK. Now I'm gonna duplicate this layer, the duplicated one. I'm gonna duplicate that one, Ctrl J, and I'm gonna set the blend mode to multiply. I'm gonna open the curves adjustment, and from the middle I'm gonna drag just a little bit down, and right here on the top I'm gonna drag it a little bit up. So we're gonna have something like that. Now I'm gonna bring the woman. So this is gonna be our woman. So I'm gonna resize it. So I'm gonna click this to maintain the aspect ratio, and I'm gonna resize the woman to have this, to have just the face. So it's gonna be something like that. Click the left click button on your mouse or your laptop and flip horizontal. Now we're gonna put this woman something like that. Just click this OK button. Now that we have that, we're going to make a new layer. So make a new layer, because we're gonna fill this with blue. Make a new layer and name this blue, and we're gonna fill this with blue. So let's go to select our color. It's gonna be some it's gonna be this blue. So type in 2454 DA, click OK. So fill that with blue, Alt backspace, and send the blend mode to multiply. So now let's add a curve adjustment, and we're gonna get the middle point and move it up a little bit. Something like that. And we're gonna select or choose channel mixer. So we're gonna mix some colors right here. On here on red, we're gonna put 38 minus 16 and minus 18. On green, is gonna be 2 1 102 and -2. On blue, 32 2 and 86. So we're gonna have something like that. So that's without the channel mixer, and this is with the channel mixer. So now we're going to click the woman layer and make a new layer on top of that layer. So click the new layer, and we're gonna fill this with 15% 50% gray to touch and burn the woman's face. Send the blend mode to soft light. So we're gonna use the touch tool to make some areas lighter. I'm gonna think that you already know what the touch tool is for. So yeah, go to the touch tool, and with midtones in the 20%, we're going to make some areas lighter. But before we start touching the face, go to this spot healing brush tool, and we're going to fix those areas. Select the woman layer, and we're going to rasterize, and we're going to erase all these spots that we don't like, that it's make the face look a little bit bad. I think that's about it. So go back to the gray layer. Oh, let's name this layer dodge and burn. So now go to the touch tool, and let's start touching the face. So the only areas I'm going to touch is these lighter areas that we already have on the face, so like the nose. So I'm just gonna touch right here. I'm gonna touch this area just once to make it a little bit lighter. The eyes. It's hard for me to make these small areas because I'm using my laptop, and I'm using the mouse pad. I don't know how you call the mouse thing that is already integrated in the laptop. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. I don't have a mouse or a tablet, so yeah, I'm gonna touch the solar eye area. I'm gonna go back to see what else. Okay. If you wanna make your image look look good. You have to take your time to go to the detailing parts. I know that sometimes it takes a lot of time, but at the end you have a good result. So this is what I got so far. Let's see how it looks without the dashing. So yeah, that's the woman without the dashing technique, and this is the other result. So I'm gonna do it one more time, but this time I'm gonna do it a little bit faster, and just the areas I want to get noticed more, like that, right here, and right here. Oh, I almost forgot this area right here. So that's our image without the dashing, and this is with the dashing. I'm gonna get a burn tool, and I'm just gonna burn this area right here. I almost forgot to do the ear part, so go to the dash tool again and go through here. Okay, so that's it with the dash and burn. Now let's go to the next part. So now we're gonna change the color of the lips. We're gonna put some red color on the lips. So go to here, click the shadow mixer layer, and let's make a new layer. Let's name this lip color. And we're going to select the lips. You can make the selection with any tool you're used to or you're familiar with, but I'm gonna do it with the pen tool because I like the pen tool. So once we have the lips selected, we're going to change the color from this blue to the some red. I already have the color. So it's gonna be this pink, hard pink, red to pink. So just type 42, 22, 31 in your color number right here and click OK. Now press Alt and backspace, Control D to deselect, and we're going to change the blend mode to color. So that's what we have. I don't like these hard edges right here, so I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to blur this with 2%. And that's our color. So now we're gonna add some brightness and contrast. So go to brightness and contrast adjustment. On brightness, we're going to put 2. On contrast, it's gonna be 9. Now we're gonna add some levels on it. Go to the adjustment levels, and here we're going to change these to around 5 and here around 110. So now we're going to make a new layer because we're going to make some areas right here, some area right here, like there's light, and we're gonna make that reflection to the face and all that. So make a new layer and let's name this light. Get the brush tool, opacity 100. It's gonna be the soft brush, color white, make sure you have white, and we're going to paint with a brush this size. We're going to paint this area, and now I'm gonna go, or let's go to the woman layer, but not click that layer, just hold Control and click this thumbnail to make a selection on the woman, and with the same brush I'm gonna paint this area right here. So just get this brush like around here, not too close, not too far, just a little bit, something like this, to make our to paint this face, something like this. Press Ctrl D to deselect and paint this area right here. Now we're gonna set the blend mode to overlay and the opacity around 70. So that's the reflection I was talking about. So it looks like we have some light in the background and is reflecting to the woman. So that's without the light, and this is with the light. You can see the difference. So now we're going to make these areas, the light areas of the lips, lighter with some white, like we did right here. So let's make a new layer. Let's name this lips light, lips light, lips light. I don't know if that's the right word, or just name it reflection, doesn't matter. And with our brush, white, soft, opacity, we're gonna change the opacity around 60. Let's paint these areas right here, this area right here, right here, and something like this. Now send the blend mode to overlay, opacity around 70, and let's go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and we're gonna put 4 to have that effect. So this is without and this is with. It looks better, I think. In my point of view, it looks better. So now we're gonna put all these layers into one. So we're gonna merge them together by pressing Control Alt Shift E. So now we have a new layer with all the layers here. So now we're gonna get the lasso tool and we're gonna grab this area right here with 40% feather. I forgot to mention that. So 40% feather, and do this area, select this area. So once we have this area selected, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and we're gonna put 3 pixels. That's gonna make our image blend better with the background. Click OK and set the opacity around 50. Control D to deselect. So now we're going to insert the butterfly. So just grab the butterfly and insert that. Click here to maintain the aspect ratio. We're gonna put it something like this. I'm gonna hold Control to and grab this upper right corner to make the wings, this wing, something like that. I'm gonna get here to make it smaller, and yeah, something like that is gonna be the butterfly, but I'm gonna put it here. So once we have that, we're going to change the color to match the background or image, and we're going to use 2 adjustments. It's gonna be the selective color and channel mixer, I think. So let's go to the adjustment, selective color, and we're going to change the numbers. So on cyan we're going to put 85, magenta minus 27, and yellow minus 100. On yellows, 59 minus 15 and minus 100. and neutrals 21 minus 14 and minus 20. On magenta is gonna be 14. I thought it was, I forgot. So it's gonna be 21, 14 and minus 20. But don't forget to make this adjustment into clipping mask. There's two ways to make it as a clipping mask. The first way is to hold Control and click between these two layers. Hold the Alt key and click between these two layers to make it as a clipping mask. And the other way is to click this icon right here. So once you click here, it's gonna make that layer into a clipping mask, just like that. So all the adjustment we made is gonna be just for the butterfly and not all the image. So now that we have all these settings, let's go to the channel mixer, and don't forget to put this adjustment into a clipping mask by clicking this icon right here. So on here we're gonna choose red, and on red we're going to put minus 24, 26 and minus 50. On blue we're gonna put 72, 0 and 100. So now that we have that, we're going to click the butterfly layer and double click it to add some inner shadow, and we're gonna change the blend mode to linear light. Where is it? And the color is gonna be 00 C7 F3. Click OK. Opacity 70, distance 5, size 1. And now click on outer glow, and we're gonna put the screen blend mode to screen, opacity around 80. The color is gonna be the same one as before, so just put 00 C7 F3, click OK. Spread 15, size around 16, and click OK. So click on the top layer, and we're gonna make a new layer because we're going to make some sparkles on the butterfly. So make a new layer and name that layer as Sparkles. Select the brush tool, hard light. The size is gonna be 2, and we're gonna change some settings. So on the brush tip shape, we have 2 pixels on size, angle 0, roughness 100, hardness 100, and the spacing is gonna be, let's put a 20. On shape dynamics, we're gonna put 9, 11 and 1. And 2 and 1. If you don't have these settings on control pen pressure off and off, then just put it like this. So we're gonna have 9 pen pressure, 11 0 off, 2 off, 1. So now click on the scattering. Click on both axes, put 621, pen pressure, count 1, count 1. So now we're gonna paint our sparklings. So we're gonna paint around the, don't forget to change the opacity 100. We're gonna paint outside the butterfly. We're gonna make something like this. Once we have this sparkling white dots, double click on the layer. We're gonna add some outer glow, blend mode to screen, opacity 100, 0 and 5. Yeah. Click OK. So now we're gonna make a group for this layer only. So click Ctrl G to make that group and set the blend mode to color dodge. Now duplicate this layer, the group layer. Press Ctrl T to transform it. Right click and flip horizontal. And we're gonna move this right here. And that's our effect. But let's change this group to 50%. The opacity to 50, 60%. I'm gonna put 60. And we have that, but I'm going to make these areas a little bit lighter like before. So I'm gonna make a new layer and fill that with 50% gray. Change the blend mode to soft light, and I'm gonna choose the touch tool, and I'm gonna touch the same areas we touched earlier to make it look better. So yeah, just get the touch tool and touch the same areas we touched earlier. There, here, now I'm gonna touch right here because I see it's some lighter. I'm gonna touch right here. The eyes. And that's the end result. Well, I hope you had the same result as me, and thank you guys. I hope you liked this tutorial. Subscribe for more, like this video, share with your friends, and comment if you have any questions or any comments, suggestions. Thank you, and don't forget to watch my other videos for other tutorials, manipulations, and see you next time.